where we're focused providing network services for LoRaWan. It's a low power wide area network technology. Typical deployments are for devices that send minimal amount of data for long range. The neat thing about this technology is it has really good battery life, but doesn't cost a lot of money for anyone to go deploy the gateways, is what they call it. And it has ridiculously great coverage. So you're looking at, in rural areas, up to potentially 20 kilometers of coverage, and in urban areas, 7 to 8 kilometers. But it all depends on how high you elevate the infrastructure off the elevation of the ground. So LoRa was established, founded in 2008 in France, and the technology is one of the only low power wide area technologies that actually has real life use cases that have been deployed throughout. So it's proven technology. There is other competing technology that are still getting their standards and specifications figured out. The other great thing about LoRa and LoRaWan is it's an open community. It's not proprietary. So the community, the LoRa Alliance, has about 550 members across the world. Alibaba, Comcast, Tata is joining soon. Ourselves, SenRa, is part of the LoRa Alliance. So a bunch of telcos in France. And what we're doing is we're contributing all together to figure out how to properly deploy this technology in an open ecosystem manner. So if you're looking to minimize maintenance on sensors and solutions out in the agricultural scene, or water meter deployed onto a residential home, you don't have to go there and change the battery or look for a direct power source. It can last up to 16 years in some manners. So basically, once you've installed the device, it's good to go for the rest of its life. Well, 40% of India's livelihood relies on agriculture. The biggest thing that we're seeing in the ag space is the waste of resources by the time it gets to the shelf. And that whole supply chain on when you initially start planting the seed all the way to cropping it and then getting it out to the consumer, there's a lot of wastage there. We're also seeing fertilizing companies, pesticides, chemicals that are being used. How do you monitor the appropriate element levels, the nitrogen? Is there too much salt in the soil? So the sensors that we're bringing with partners allow you to get that information, but then able to send it in long distances where you may not be able to get a direct internet connection. You don't have fiber or those kind of things in some of those rural areas. Maybe power is not something that's readily available. So this technology can be integrated with solar power as well to send that information in long distances. So we talked about agriculture. Smart cities is huge. India's smart city mission, 100 cities, which is pretty amazing. Big opportunity for businesses looking to get into the IoT space in India specifically because of that. So within that realm, we're seeing a lot of things in utilities, electricity, gas, water metering, things that control the street lights, smart street light solutions, parking. How do you fix the parking congestion, illegal parking? So there's sensors that are being deployed in the streets that are communicating via LoRa to inform the decision makers on how to manage the traffic congestion within the city. So on top of that, we just recently got a new waste bin sensor that's coming out, and it's ready to go for the India market. And this will actually allow you to control waste and be more informative on waste management, when to pick up the trash, when to replace a trash can in a more usable area, how to properly optimize route for the drivers that are going to pick up the trash. So those are solutions that we have now through the LoRa technology all around the world, and SenRa is trying to bring it into India and communicate with the CEOs of smart cities, the system integrators, and application providers that are doing the data visualizations and analytics to bring these end-to-end solutions.